Temperatures outside routinely topping 100 degrees, but we are inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. That sound of the big red siren brings the cushion. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Riley. Gonna get, and off we go from Arizona. The Rams once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56. The #1 overall pick all the way back in 2009.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proving to be a really hard team to beat.
And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Keem Davis Gaither there to make the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. The motion man is Nakua. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. Open man. Downfield. It is Adams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And the Rams.
A pickup there of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. Oh, front-end work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete.
Might be wise for this quarterback to try somebody else in coverage here, Mike. This guy's known for being a savvy playmaker once the ball's in the air, and he showed why by swatting that ball away, and he's going to pick up a PBU on the stat sheet.
Throw it on 3rd down, Stafford. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Rams 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Rams.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Buda Baker. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
They'll run. It's Amari DiMercato. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. That run good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
That's good for a Cardinals.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Off the play fake. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. That's caught. It's Amari DiMercato. It was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
On 4th down, it's Matt Hawk to punt. Xavier Smith is deep for L.A. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Rams offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. A pickup there of 19 yards. 1st down, L.A.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression, and at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
Well, here down the field will fall. Incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet inbound.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Stafford now on 3rd down. That's to Parkinson, open right side. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Makes the score Rams 3, Cardinals nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Greg Dortch. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. We're set now on first down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Now DeMarcado. And this will be a Cardinals first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Off the bootleg, here's Brissett. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's another
first down on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, so what I like here is it's not only a really good play call, but it was really well executed by the quarterback. So they used the bootleg to get their quarterback out of the pocket, change the launch point, and then they pair that with a really nice concept downfield. He uncovers, wide open, nice conversion. Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
On second down, it's Brissett. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To throw is Brissett. Will set up the screen to DeMarcado. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 9. Play action, and here's Brissett. He'll get this out wide to DeMarcado. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for third down. Keeping it in the air, here's Brissett, and that is incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete.
And oh, how about this early on? They blocked the kick. But he's not going to be able to advance past the marker. He is stopped short, and the block kick leads to a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it just felt like that one was out of rhythm from the start, Mike. So what you're looking for is the kicker, the holder, and the long snapper to be able to all work in unison. And it just seemed that half-second delay getting into the motion gave the defense all it needed to get through and block that kick.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Williams. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Akeem Davis Gaither there to make the stop.
It's 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Stafford from the gun on 3rd down. He gets this complete, finding Adams. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
First down.
A gain there of 21. Good for a Rams first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now whistles, play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still 2nd down.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 6. They run over center with Williams. They will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Just a really nice effort by the defense to challenge him right at the catch point. It's really the timing of the contact that really is able to dislodge the ball, and they get a fresh set of downs to work with if he's able to hold on to it. But because of the hit, he can't squeeze it, and now they find themselves looking at 4th down.
Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Here is Brissett. throw taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football. They begin with a 3rd down and 3. It's Brissett. That is caught. Finding Higgins. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. That stop made by Byron Young.
2nd and 6.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Operating from the gun is Brissett. This one underneath to DeMercado. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
1st and 10 at the 48.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
On the ground, DeMercado. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Defense. Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll run. It's DeMercado. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
At the 44-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll stick with him again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
DeMercado, the ball carrier. Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Now a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
That's going to hit and continue out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. To the outside, it's brought in by Adams. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now a second down throw to Stafford. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The 42-yard line.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
A pass complete there to Smith. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
They'll run the sneak, and he's going to have the Rams first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Rams first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
First down, Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams.
Stafford's pass complete to Kyron Williams. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go with Williams. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down, 3 to go. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Cards offense and running back Amari DeMercado set to take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. They'll go with a counter on first down. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And that ball incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Me and the homies can trade your outfits.
Third, they need 8. Now, Brissett. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
A 4-yard gain.
So barring an
It's
aggressive
4th
decision
down.
here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line.
First and 10.
The Rams offense headed back to take over once more. They put Adams in motion. Off play action. It's Stafford. Reaching for it. The tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack, but you have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Short throw, pulled in by Parkinson. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
3rd and 2.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I'm not sure what it was, Mike, but there was something off about that play from the jump. I'm not sure if it was the body language or the on-the-line-of-scrimmage communication, but it was pretty clear to me that they weren't on the same page, and I think the result showed.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Cardinals offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
They just desperately need to get something positive going here, Mike. It just feels like they're a play away from really jump-starting everything they've talked about being good at throughout the course of the week's prep. And it's really been the inability to sustain drives. So critical 3rd downs, better on 1st and 2nd. Somewhere it's got to pop. Somebody's got to make a play.
Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Rams offense ready to get back at it. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 43, here's 2nd and 3. Play action, Stafford. Look wide, get this one complete. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the 1st down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and a yard. Now Stafford. He'll find the rookie from Oregon, Terrence Ferguson. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the 1st down.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nakua pulls it in. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and
8. Out of the gun, Stafford. That one hard. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 28-yard line.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Stafford going to give it to Cora. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Third and 2. Stafford. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, LA.
Rams, 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. Now a signal, timeout call. 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. The motion man is Nakua. Second down, it's Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. McVay will send out the field goal unit. This, about as short as you can get. Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. So we've hit half here out west, and we'll send it back east to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our studios in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and we'll keep it brief because the scoring has been brief. Just one field goal as we play on 3-0. I was promised there'd be touchdowns, so let's find out if we could get one in the third quarter. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just one score, one lone field goal. All these two teams could muster in half number one. What awaits us here in the second half? Oh! A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cardinals offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Get about 4 here as he is taken down.
To Greg Dortch. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Oh, no chance there. Over a heavy rush, he goes down. Troy Reeder in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, as they face this possible 3-and-out following that 2nd down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. That's caught over the middle, it's Wilson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. The Cardinals lining up for punt. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Rams offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
And that's a really heads-up play by the defender, Mike. Once he diagnosed the screen, he immediately puts himself in position to make the play. This offense just winds up going backwards.
3rd and a long way to go. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. That is rare. You don't see 3rd and 17 converted all that often. First down.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The rookie out of Ole Miss, Walter Nolan. He gets into drop-ins. It's a loss of 8.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Offense. Still second down.
Running forward is Quorum. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Now it's Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
Here's a handoff to Corum running left. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
First down.
23 yards on that pass play. Good for a Rams first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run, and that is Jarquez Hunter. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, it sets up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they go with Corum. And he will dive into the end zone. Blake Corum. Touchdown, Los Angeles. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Rams are out to a 10-0 lead.
10. Cardinals nothing.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Amari DiMercado to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once again. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. He'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Brissett. Off he goes. And he'll go into a slide here. We're going to mark him just a little short of the 1st down.
And that was really well defended along the back end, Mike. And with nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
3rd and 2. Here's Brissett. He'll try and get there on the ground. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on third down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
He'll take off again. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
17 yards.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Now DeMarcado. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 3. Operating from the gun is Brissett. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
On the play.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's an Arizona first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now a handoff to a tight end in the running game. They'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Made at the 21-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and
8. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. This one not quite on target. Let him too much, and that one falls incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Will set up the screen to DeMarcado. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Cardinals are on the board. It's now 10-3. So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return, this is Blake Corum. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Stafford now. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Walter Nolan getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
It's first down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in second and long.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
Stafford on the keeper. Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
On the return, it's Dort. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. On the ground, a gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Tackle made right at midfield. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 6. On play action, Brissett. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
First and 10. On the ground, DeMarcado. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
On the RPO, he's just going to pitch this one forward.
So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete.
They'll go with the sneak. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short, the ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
He was taken down by Cameron Kinchins. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. We're set. He'll get this out wide to DeMarcado. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
The run, it's DeMarcado. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
He was
And that's
taken
it.
down at the 10-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go play action here with Brissett. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Brissett. And he overshot his man out of the end zone. That one's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
27-yard attempt.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Corum. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 6. Off play action, it's Stafford. That one's down the field, but it is incomplete.
Jalen Thompson on the coverage.
3rd and 6. Throwing, Stafford. He's got this complete. That's Smith. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Rams. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
An extra point attempt to follow.
The extra point.
His kick is good, and the Rams are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6.
Cardinals 6.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Dortch now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cards offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Give up the middle, and he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
At the 31. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Brissett gonna throw. He's gonna go up top here for McBride. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 47 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
The offense is able to land a big blow there, and I think what happened defensively, Mike, is just everyone was not on the same page. And when you do that at this level, the good offenses, they're going to make you pay for it. They've got to clean up those mistakes, make the offense have to earn everything they get.
That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
16 more yards. That's another Cardinals 1st down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
He pulls it in around the 5.
Complete to Trey McBride. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. Throw it, Brissett. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
And goal.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the board.
Makes the score Rams 17, Cardinals 9.
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Corum. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The motion man is Nakua. On 1st down, Stafford. Trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast and the ball falls incomplete. There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Going up top, and they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That is a big gainer for the Rams. 32 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Taking a shot downfield for Smith. That one is batted away, incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
The Cardinals offense and running back Amari DeMercado set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. That's Harrison in motion. We're set now on 1st down. That's caught by Harrison right side. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Here is Brissett. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Looking out of the gun, here's Brissett. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
To the air again is Brissett. He'll look for and find DeMercado out of the backfield.
DeMercado. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here is 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Wilson. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's a big one. This 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have the Cardinals first down. They're able to convert by plenty on 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 8.
Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Brissett. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
Complete to Greg Dortch. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Rams' 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun is Brissett. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Going to try to pick up the first down with a zone read. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
A 3-yard.
Clearly the play caller here is thinking that the defense is going to be completely zoned in on stopping the running back, thinking he can catch them off guard with the quarterback keep. The defense was prepared for both guys, and they now force 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. Still 2 timeouts remaining for the defense, but do the math. Even if they choose to use them, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory. The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So it's a win for the visiting Rams. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.